Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump's foreign policy headaches. With everything going on this week, many might have missed the incredibly bizarre chain of events when it comes to Trump's statements about his foreign policy during his time in office. Trump, over a couple of events, made statements about what we would do if he was in charge right now that frankly boggled the mind. It started as an attempt to sound tough and pro-military, and by the end, he was once again insulting American troops. First, at an event in North Carolina, Trump said, quote, "If I were the president, I would inform the threatening country, in this case Iran, that if you do anything to harm this person, we are going to blow your largest cities and the country itself to smithereens. We are going to blow it to smithereens." Okay, normal Trump tough guy stuff. Nothing new. But then, people started remembering how Iran stood Trump down. There were many eye rolls among those who actually follow foreign policy when Trump tried to cast himself as the toughest on Iran. But it wasn't a national news story because most Americans only remember Trump's hit against Soleimani, not what happened afterward. If you don't know, after the operation against Soleimani, Iran responded by firing missiles towards a U.S. installation in Iraq. On Tuesday in Wisconsin, Trump was asked by a reporter if he should have been tougher on Iran, given the severity of the injuries sustained by U.S. troops. Trump said, quote, "What does injured mean? You mean because they had a headache?" The so-called headaches being referenced were traumatic brain injuries. Some of the headaches were so severe that the troops who had them had to be evacuated to Germany. Almost 80 of the headaches were so severe that the people who had them were awarded the Purple Heart. If you're not picking up on the sarcasm, TBIs are not headaches. You are not evac'd for a headache. You don't receive a Purple Heart for a headache. This was just classic Trump not wanting to acknowledge that Iran bested him, that his move against Soleimani wasn't well thought out, and that American troops paid the price. He continued to sarcastically talk down to the reporter, saying, quote, "Just so you understand, there was nobody ever tougher on Iraq." Yes, he said Iraq. Just so he understands, it was Iran, not Iraq, that launched the missiles. He continued saying, quote, "And if you were a truthful reporter, which you're not, you would tell the following. None of those very accurate missiles hit our fort. They all hit outside. And there was nobody hurt other than the sound was loud, and some people said that hurt. And I accept that." The incident Trump is downplaying is actually the largest ballistic missile strike against U.S. troops abroad in history. When you have 11 ballistic missiles that are basically mutant scuds, weighing each about 13,000 pounds, and each one is carrying 1,650 pounds of HE, it doesn't matter if they land just outside the wire. People still get hurt. In fact, the Office of Inspector General suggested in 2021 that the military undercounted the number of wounded, meaning the numbers I gave in this video are probably low. Over a very short period, Trump went from playing the tough guy and talking about destroying a country to being reminded that particular country actually hit the U.S. on his watch, to talking about how tough he was on the wrong country, to trying to act like it wasn't a serious incident. All so he can maintain his phony tough guy cred. But sure, Iran is afraid of Trump. No, not really. They're probably safe even if Trump was going to launch an operation against them, because he'd probably order it against Baghdad by accident. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.